How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map here on Farming Simulator 25 for all platforms called the Quebec Countryside. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Quebec. In a small town inspired by reality, 76 fields, 7 realistic farms, 100 purchasable plots, several forest areas, realistic buildings, realistic weather adapted to Quebec, crops adapted to local seeding and harvesting dates." This is a North American map made by Le Duo Pro Mapping and is 354.42 megabytes to download. There are mods required for this map, and they are the Priceable Hedges by Modding Association Katsu, Old Sheds by Aggregati, Meridian Grain Bin Pack by BC Bueller, Floor Plane Weighing Station by HR Forst and Fosugbao, Radio Tower by Carl TG, American Farmhouse by Omatana, Small Hall by Ikas, Old Barn by Patty, Big Cow Barn by Rajo G Play, Old Polish Garage by Siniak, North American Shed Pack by BC Bueller and Serious Mods, Welker Farm Shed Pack by Mapper's Paradise, Hall 15 by 38 by Mr. Gruka, Steel Shed by FSG Modding FSG Tasman, Farm Houses by Kreisik, Cow Barn XL by FSG Modding FSG Tasman, Extra Large Workshop by MacTrucker921, US Cow Barn with Vector by VX Mapping, Pelinier Building Pack by MA7 Studios, the Outdoor Silos by Fos Agrar, Liquid Manure Tank by RLSF, and the Pig Farm Building Package by Razak. If we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here kind of in the northwest portion of the map. We start out by owning farmlands numbered, 1, 2, and 80. 1 being a barley field that is growing, is in the 6th of the 8th stages for growing. Number 2, field 2, is a barley field, also growing in the 6th of 8 stages. And then 80 is our main starting farm here, as well as, number 1 also includes the portion of the main starting farm. 80 is the rest of the starting farm right there. Let's see. Field prices on the map do vary, and you cannot purchase all areas of the map. You can see large swaths of the eastern portion of the map, as well as the southern portion, you're not able to purchase. And then if we take a look, we do start out with an animal barn. We have a cow barn. Contracts are available on this map. There are production chains that you start out with, as well as ones that you can buy later. And then lastly, there are no collectibles on this map. And if we take a look at mods specific to this map, starting out here under the buy menu, there is no mods and DLCs tab here. So no mods specific to this map under the buy menu. And then under the build menu, under buildings, there's absolutely nothing here under buildings. Under productions, though, we scroll all the way down to the very bottom, you will see, right there, the Quebec Countryside mod. These are mods specific to the map. There's nothing under selling points, greenhouses, cultivation, or generators. And then under animals, we do have another one here for the, there it is, the Quebec Countryside couple here. For cows, nothing for horses, pigs, sheep, chickens, bees, or others. And then there's absolutely nothing under decorations, nor are there anything under landscaping. Now we do start here at the starting farm, so let's take a look at some of our starting equipment. We go to this screen here under vehicles. We have the Albot Universal Bucket, the Branther TA12050 Power Spread Plus fertilizer manure spreader, the Challenger MT645, the FarmTech Super Seas 800 slurry spreader, the Fiat 16090 DT. We have the Great Plains Solid Stand 1500, the Horsch Credo 3 Power Harrow, International Series 200, the John Deere 3650, the K-Brand GA 4731 Windrower, the Kubota RTV XG850 Sidekick, the Kachar HDS 918 4M Power Washer. We got the Massey Ferguson 1840 Baby Baler, the Massey Ferguson 8570 Harvester, Harvester Header, Pottinger Alpinit 4.4H Tedder, Quickie Q6M front loader, the Rudolph TDK 301 RP trailer, the Samaz XT390 rear deck mower, and the Skoda Evoque Coupe RS4. And that is it. So let's go ahead and make our way around the rest of the map. So right here, sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger. Over here, we have an incredibly complicated cow barn. Very complicated. We can load our cows in here. Milk is right here. Feed can go in here. Here we have the capacity for storage, and I believe this is just meant for bales. I don't think you can put like pallets and stuff in here, but you put in your bales here and you can take them out right here. Fuel tank right here. Here we have a couple fermenting silos. So you can go in here and see that you can put in hay, chaff, and grass, and you get silage. Slurry output here. I believe this is the manure heap right here. It's kind of built into the barn itself. We'll go ahead and just kind of make our way around the backside over here. And here we got a flat bottom silo right there. Gonna come over here and open this door. Oh, there we go. Now heading down the street to farm number 2. Stop right here. Farmland number 77 for $88,992. We'll go ahead and purchase. And sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger right here. Nope, this way. Greenhouse here. Flat bottom silo right there. And there. Slurry storage tucked away in the back. Cow barn, room for 72 cows. Milk here. Cows here. Slurry out the side here. Karma 16 silo where you can store mineral feed and seeds. And a fuel tank right there. Now heading up this little hill right here. Continuing on down south to right here. Farmland number 78 for $98,016. Go ahead and purchase. Sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger. Another cow barn, same exact ones we had on our main starting farm. Now one thing to note, you may have noticed this on the last one, it does have static cows. So just something to be mindful of. 50 cows can fit in here. A couple more of the fermenting silos here. Let's see, back to the car. Heading over here. Next farm. Farmland number 79 for $113,808. Go ahead and purchase that. Now this house you can actually go into. Open that up. and sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger. Then come out the back side over here. We have 6 flat bottom silos right over here. Come to another stop right here. Farm lot number 81, 125,784. Purchase that. We have the Cow Barn XL right here. Feed can go in here. Couple more fermenting silos here. Slurry can be gotten out there. Animals can be put in there. We have a flat bottom silo here, as well as a pair up here. And across the way, sleep trigger, and wardrobe trigger. Over here, shop trigger. And back here, the repair trigger. Right there. Hop back in the car. Oof. Now here we'll make a left. And off to the right here, we have the animal dealer. Now you can come to this location and purchase your animals using this icon directly, or you can use this same icon at any of the pens and pastures you may have placed around the map. If you use this icon directly, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. The animal dealer is taking the animals from this location and delivering them across the map wherever your pen and pasture is located. Now, to give you a little bit of context, for an adult cow, it's an extra $100 per adult cow on top of the base price. So that adds up pretty quickly. You can see if we were to add 250 cows, it's an extra 25 grand on top of the base price. So it gets really expensive pretty quickly. You can save that money by bringing an animal trailer to this location, parking it inside this little hazard marked area, and then utilize this animal dialogue box. That will then save you the money. You'll be able to deliver the animals yourselves. No delivery fee necessary. Now over here is the Grain West silo. That is the train silo. Rent train trigger right there. And now this part, this item here is not listed on the map, but this is the debris crusher. This is typically a sell point for your stones. Coming up here to the right, we have the carpentry. Go ahead and stop here. Purchase this for $300,000. Output here, input here, and wood cell trigger there. Across the street there is the gas station. And, almost forgot, the spinnery. $180,000 to purchase. Input there, and output here. All right, around here, we have the bakery. Purchase this for $150,000. Output here, input right back here. So now we're going to head north for a ways. To right over here. This is the dairy. You can purchase this for $36,000. Now, I believe this is the input here, as well as there being a separate input here. I don't know where the output is on this one. Not quite sure about this. It's not clearly marked where the kind of unload trigger will be. So it's my guess it might be under this awning right over here to my right. I could be wrong, but that's just a guess. Now coming up here. Now here we'll make a right. Follow this down towards the southeast. All right, so here we'll come to a stop. And now we're here at farmland number 85 for $92,880. We'll go ahead and purchase. And in front of me, we have a cow barn with a feeding robot. So this is the kind of input for the feeding robot right here. You got your input for your hay, your straw, your hay, and your silage. You have another one of those fermenting silos here and here. Inside, we have a bale and pallet storage inside right here. Milk can be gotten out here. Our mineral feed can be placed over here. I believe there's a feed trigger separate from the mixing robot, the animal robot right here. And the animals can be placed down at that end over there. Couple of flat bottom bins right here. Let's see, the car is back over this way. Okay, now tucked away over here is the 7th farm, farmland number 86, $215,808 can be purchased. Now inside here, repair trigger there. Same cow barn as we've seen previously. Room for 51 cows. Flat bottom in there. Sleep trigger. Wardrobe trigger. Couple more flat bottom silos. And over here, a couple of the fermenting silos. So now we're going to go gather the car again and continue around the map. Let's get turned around. Cross back over on the bridge. Gas station there. Small Farmers Kiosk sell point right there. To my left is the cement factory with an input over there to the left. And over on this side is the output. And you can purchase it for $370,000. All right, and then here, farmland number 83 can be purchased for $14,592. And we have the same sleep and wardrobe trigger that's inside the house as we've had seen in the other houses. And now, I'm going to go pick up the last point of interest. And here we have the sawmill. Output here, input along the side with a wood cell trigger right there, and $300,000 to purchase. And that's it. That is everything here on the Quebec Countryside. Now it's time to render my opinion, let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I think that this map is a very good map. Very good, above average map. I really like it. I think this has got some really good potential. I remember this map from back when it was released back in FS22. I wasn't like really had my socks blown off. I wasn't super impressed with it back in FS22. This one, I feel, is a vast improvement to what it was in 22. The color palette, really solid. Very solid. The only time you ever see little hints of colors when you're up on top of one of these woodlands here and you see kind of the wildflowers kind of growing in around the outer perimeter of the group of trees. So it's one of those, it's not that jarring the majority of the time. The majority of the time, it makes sense. Like, makes complete and total sense. Then you got the hills and undulations. Absolutely phenomenal. Looks great. Looks fantastic. I don't remember this map being this kind of shifty in the terrain back in FS22. I just don't remember that being the case. But I feel like here, everywhere you look, you're getting a nice little view. Ooh, hello. Get a nice little view of all the various different terrain elements that this map has. You know, you don't really see a lot of really flat areas, and I like that. I like that a lot. Now, the only negative thing I can say about this map really are two things. Number one is the amount of required mods. Tons of required mods. And it took forever to get all this stuff installed earlier today. It's not map maker's fault or anything like that. Just stating a point of fact kind of thing. And yeah, it's a ton of mods. And it's one of those, you can see the mods and they look fantastic within the map. But it's just, man, that's a lot of stuff to download in addition to the map. And then up here is the other part. And this part, honestly, is more annoying to me than what I was previously talking about. You can see the map edge there and how everything just kind of dives off. Like it's just a big lip. And it just looks like you're going to go into the void kind of thing. Like there's nothing there to catch you. And I don't like how you can tell so much effort was put into it, and then to come onto a map to see that kind of boundary, that periphery, and you're going to be on top of that boundary a lot. There's not going to be really any good point in time where you're not going to be able to see that very prominently on so many different locations on this map. So it's a shame. It's a real shame because it does kind of detract from it ever so slightly. But all that being said, what would I give this map? 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I give this a solid 4. Solid 4. I think it's a lovely map. I think it's well above average. And yeah, if it wasn't for the couple of things I mentioned before, it'd probably be like a 4.5, maybe even pushing a 5. I like it. I think this is a good one. But for now, a solid 4. A very, very solid 4. But all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this map tour, and if you did, please show me about liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with the channel and enjoying the content. That being said, hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.